So once again we travelled through the food forest, and I've had some bananas here for a while, but I've only been able to grow bananas since my bougainvillea hedge blocked the wind, because it was actually a very windy area. So you see the bananas are not that great. We're right in the height of our winter. We haven't had any rain since April, and we're now in the middle of September. So we cope with rainwater harvesting, and they do get water once in a while, but not very often. And this side of my garden is actually mainly for the chickens and the composting and the vermiculture. So here we've got all these lovely bananas, all different types of bananas. We've got what they call a banana sukari, which means sweet in Kiswahili. And then we've got these nice big bananas that are just about coming up here, and they should be ready quite soon. So we've got one big bunch there and another bunch at the end. So in this area here I do my vermiculture boxes. So there's a big one there, but we'll do another video on that later. And 2 old baths there with the worms living happily. And then these are the just regular compost. I make compost and then mix in the castings from the worms. So there's another very big one which is almost ready. It's just covered at the moment. We try and turn weekly if possible. I know people suggest that it should be turned every 3 days, but quite frankly sometimes that's not possible with the amount of other work that is going on in this garden. So I want to take you up to another swell that I want to do. So you can see I'm actually climbing up, and you can imagine the amount of rain that will run down this hill in the rainy season, and often goes into my neighbours and floods him. So I decided I would put a nice little swell in here which will collect the rain, and I'm thinking of planting some heliconia in the bottom, so the heliconia can benefit from the wet feet that it'll have during the rainy season. And then this side I actually covered it, and again we buried a couple of trees that we had pruned and lots of green matter, so you can see all the residue from the chop and drop we put in there. And here are the chickens coming to visit, so they provide me with lots of lovely chicken manure and eggs, and this is their area of the garden. We don't do anything here, we don't cut the grass, we just leave it as it is so that they free range, and we really do have some very, very beautiful eggs. So I'll be back with you shortly and we'll continue through the garden.